Hello friends. So today we are going to make this tri-fold folio out of one full sheet of cardstock, and it's got a ribbon closure as you can see, and it's got different toppers. There's 6 different toppers that you can choose from with cute little animated girls or women with different phrases. And then here is a printable calendar that you can fill in yourself, so you can print them each year to keep using this. Here's a pocket, and there's also a reading log if you want to choose to put that in. Otherwise, you can put whatever else you want in there. In the middle, here's a notebook, and there's 6 different pages to print off to choose from. You can do all the same woman or do all 6 of them. That's your choice. So it shows you how to do the cover and everything. Excuse me. And then there's various quotes you can put down here. There's again, I believe I've got 6. Or you could skip that part and put a sticky notepad right here, 3x3 pad, whatever you'd want to do here. And over here, we've got Waterfall Pages. And you could put pictures, notes, quotes, whatever you wanted to do on that. You could even do some journaling, just something extra and kind of fun there to do. And then you close it up and tie it, and that is it. So I have this printable tutorial in my Etsy shop, and the link will be below the video with all the printables you need. I will also, if you just want to follow along with the video and make yours, I will tell you as I'm making it the size of all the papers and everything you need, but I will have the measurements down below as well. So we're going to make another one of these with darker, richer colors today. So we're going to do a black cardstock base. But for starters, print off all your pages. You want probably 25 to 30 pages. I think I printed, there's 4 on a page, and I printed off 6. That makes 24 in this pad. So you want to stack them nicely and make sure the top especially is all flat, and put little clips on to hold them in place. And then get your liquid glue. I use Tombow. I really like this. And the link to this glue is also below, will be below the video too. So put a good amount all along the top of your pad. Then just use your finger to spread it out, making sure every page is touched. And then set that aside to dry. Okay, now let's move this stuff out of the way. So we've got a full sheet of cardstock. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and I've already got it scored. So you score the base piece at 3.5 inches, 3 3/4 inches, 7 1/4 inches, and 7.5. And this will make your tri-fold folio. So on the score lines, just kind of press them down and burnish them. Use a bone folder, or I got this one at Dollar Tree. I use this for a lot of my crafting. And the same thing over here. So you will have 1/4 inch bindings on each side. So that's how it will go. Now you take all your decorative pieces of decorative paper you're going to use. You can make them all different, all the same. It's up to you. And I just chose these. I thought these would be kind of fun together. I'm going to put these on the inside and these on the outside. This paper I've had in a pack for a long time, and then this, the checkered, I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure where I got this burgundy. And put it right in the center of each little spot, and it should leave about 1/8 of an inch border with your the cardstock border. And then just press it out, press all the glue to the corners. This paper happens to be the same pattern on both sides, so I don't really need to turn it over, but I just always use a napkin or Kleenex or something just to push it out. Helps smooth it. You can just use your bare fingers as well. And if you like the the distressed look, you can use distressing ink along your edges of your papers, probably before you glue them on. And I do a lot of my projects that way, but this one I'm just keeping a little more simple and basic. So there's the outside, and then these will go on the inside. I love this paper. I use this with a lot of different designs. And again, you get this one at Hobby Lobby. One more here. My glue is starting to feel a little low. I hope I have enough for this project. I think I do. Just got glue on my fingers. Okay, looking good already. Next, I'm going to make my little pocket. So the pocket cardstock is 3.5 inches by 4 inches, and then you cut it diagonally, and then the decorative paper to go on top is 3.25 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and again you cut that in diagonal as well. And it should leave a little border of black around this. Now, if you make it like mine, I put the pocket right here. So this is on an outside page. So you want to turn it over, and it will be on the left side, and you'll want it right there. So you're going to put a really thin line as close to the edge as you can on the right side and the bottom. Just right next to the edge there. And then place it on the very edge, line up all the edges. Now, when you're pressing the glue down, press from the center out. So if there's any excess glue, it will come out of your project and not go inside your pocket and block your pocket. Okay, there is our pocket. Also on the calendars, here's our blank ones, and so there's 2, and I printed on cardstock. Put those together as well, and let's put a line of glue on top of there too. And it's a little harder because it's thin. There's only 2 sheets. But just to kind of hook them together, and it makes them, when you're done with that first sheet, just to peel right off. And I'm going to set that aside as well. Let's start on the waterfall pages. So we've got so your cardstock, you will cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inches, and then you will score at the top at 4 inches. So you'll have a 1/2 inch fold right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put all my papers on, and then I will fold them. You can do the same pattern, you can mix them up. I'm going to go back and forth between my 2 patterned papers. And the patterned papers are 3 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and they will fit just nicely in that spot. Felt like there was 2 there. My blade on my paper trimmer, I need to change out. It's getting a little dull. So some of my cuts are not nice and crisp. They've got some few fuzzy edges. Edges, not S's. So I'll just kind of tuck those fuzzies underneath. So we've got 8 total waterfall pages. So I did 4 in one pattern, 4 in the other. Moved. There's those 4. I think this would be cute to keep in your purse, keep handy, notepad and everything, and you could even put pictures on here to show your friends, whether you have grandkids or your own children. I'm at the grandchild stage now. I have 8. And you can decide what way you want your design to show. Up toward the top, which is where the fold it will be, won't show as much. Except the very top waterfall page, of course. I just love paper. I love crafting of about any kind. But something about paper, there's just so many gorgeous, beautiful papers. I used to be a Stampin' Up! Designer. I can't even remember what we called ourselves. Consultant, was it? And I love, love, love their papers. But I love all papers. I love Hobby Lobby. I love Echo Park. All of them. So I didn't want to stick with just one company. So I still order from them, but I order from everywhere. I live right next to a Hobby Lobby, which is good and bad, because it's so tempting to go over there all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to lay these out the way I want them. So I'm going to have this one and this, 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 this. And now we want to fold those up and burnish them, make them really folded good and strong. That way they'll lay flatter in your folio if you get them burnished really flat. I think I got my cardstock at Hobby Lobby as well. I usually get it, I've bought it from Stampin' Up, but I mostly get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby is where I usually get it. Okay, now for the fun part. So you take your first one, put glue all along here, and you're going to glue it in right at the top, leaving just like an 1/8 inch at the top for decorative purposes. And let's push that down and seal it down there really, really well. And then from the next one on, again, putting glue at the top here. Oops, got a little on the top. From this one, you'll put the top of this right at the bottom of this fold out from the previous one. So right there, and then push down. And that way it will make about a 1/2 inch down on each page. So you just repeat that process all the way down. Trying to keep them straight all the way down. With this glue, you have just like a few seconds, 5 seconds or so, to move your project and get it in the exact spot. And then it just sticks really good after that. And you can see the pattern it's taken on. And once you get all 8 on there, it should take you down to the bottom or near the bottom. Two more to go. And the tutorial that's in my Etsy shop, it is a digital download, and it has exact measurements, lots of pictures, detailed instructions, and it has all the printables that you will need in your project. But you could do this with other papers and stuff that you might have, and if you can make your own toppers and things like that, then then just following along with me here will get you this project done. About moved that one. Okay, there we go. And there's our waterfall. Okay, now for the notepad, your cardstock needs to be 3 inches by 6 inches, and then you score at 5 inches and then 5 1/8. And that just gives you a little room for your notepad. So this should be dry enough to work with now. So it's all stuck together. So now you want to put some glue right inside that seam there. And make sure the front of your notepad is facing the cover. Set it right inside of that. Kind of push down on it a little bit. And then put a little glue back here as well. And that will glue the last sheet of your pad onto that. And it should have fit a little better, but I think I know what I did. I wonder if it's too late for me to pull it off. I know what I did. Okay, I had to cut a new one. I told you wrong. And again, correct measurements are in the tutorial, but also will be posted below this video. So the cardstock is 3 inches by 6 inches, and you score it at 5 1/8 and then 5 1/4. So that makes it just a tiny bit longer, and it will cover all of your sheets. So let's try this again. Again, making sure the top of your pad is facing the cover. Kind of press it down in there. I'm going to put some glue on the back little spot there. And there you go. There is your notepad. And then you put your decorative paper on top. All the measurements make it so there's always about an 1/8 or so border of your cardstock. And it looks like there's a little bit longer here, so I am going to just kind of trim that because my notebook is short enough that I can. Okay, then you decide what notepad topper you want. I chose this one, Powerful, Strong, and Beautiful, but that's just kind of inspiring. Sometimes we just need positive reinforcement. And I think it's best if you print these little toppers on white cardstock or your color of choice. But printer paper would work too. So whatever works best for you. But I kind of like the cardstock look and feel. And then you just put some glue on the back of this little part that we folded over and back. And place... Excuse me, that just snuck up on me. Place with about 1/8 the border all the way around it again. That's just kind of my thing. That's how I design everything. And there we've got that. And now you can decide if you want just the quote by itself down here, or if you want a sticky notepad, or if you want to put the black behind it. And I'm having a hard time deciding. I think I'm just going to do the quote. But the measurements for the cardstock to go behind this quote are on the tutorial and printed below too, this video, if you want to have cardstock. I did put the cardstock behind my other one that I first showed you, but right now I think I'm just going to go like this. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and trying to get it straight. Okay, now here's our calendars. So this first sheet will rip right off when you're ready. And so just to glue it in there, I'm just putting some little dots in each corner. Just enough to hold it inside real well. And this again goes right in the center of that decorative piece of paper. And we are making a lot of progress. Isn't this cute so far? And that's how it will go. Now, I forgot to get my ribbon. Okay, I've got my ribbon. So now you close it and just whatever length of ribbon you've got. This is about 25 inches it looks like, which is more than enough. I'll be trimming some off. And just kind of find the middle of it, the middle of your book and the middle of your ribbon. It's close enough. And on the back, and you could even put the ribbon on before you put these decorative pieces on and put it underneath. That is definitely up to you. That might work better, in fact. So I'm just going to put a little piece of double-sided tape right where it will go. If I can get the backing off. And you can't even see it underneath there. And I'm going to put one more at this end. Trying to just get the backing. There we go. So we've got the back on there. And then the front, I'm going to do the same thing, just one, because this will be under some more papers. My allergies are really flaring up. It's springtime, so I've got kind of a runny nose and sneezing. Trying to just get the backing off here. Oh my word. You know, when somebody's watching you or you're trying to hurry, that's when nothing goes right and it goes really slow. Have you noticed? Okay, my goodness. All right, now for the top layer of cardstock, you need a piece 3 inches by 8 inches. And that will be glued right over that ribbon. And then these toppers, there's 6 to choose from. I chose this one, bit of a mess, but doing my best. Words to live by, I think. And that fits just right in the center of the cardstock you choose, color you choose. And then you just tie it in a bow. Whatever ribbon or twine you choose to use. And that is plenty long, so I'm going to trim those. And there is your book. I think it turned out so super cute. And if you want, you can put a reading log. It comes with a sheet, a printable sheet with 3 on a sheet, so you can print these off as many as you need or want. Put that in the pocket inside. And I would love to see what you come up with. There's so much paper, just looks so different. And this one says, she believed she could, but she was tired, so she didn't. And then I chose the matching, she's yawning there, that notepad paper. That is it for today. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope this inspires you to make something similar. Again, if you want the digital download of the tutorial and all the graphics that you'll need, the link to my listing in my Etsy shop will be below. Also, all the measurements that I used today will be below if you want to use your own toppers or decorative papers or do it yourself. And links to some of the items I used are sometimes below all my YouTube videos as well. And again, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day.